Hello guys, we are back after the break. So now in the second half of the second day of our step, the first thing we will look at is earning while learning. So while studying here in the university, how just a second. Yeah, so how we can earn while studying, doing part-time or heavy or internships. Then we will look into the research groups that are there in our university, and then we will go to master thesis, and at the end we will go to the fun things in Zabukan, followed by the question and answer session. So let's start with earning while learning.
Now we would be discussing an interesting concept of how you would fund your studies during your stay in Germany. So you can earn while you learn, and there are lots of options that you can avail. You have lots of working options in the university. You can work as a research assistant. You can also work in the city. You can also avail scholarships that will serve as financial aids. And you can also apply for internships and work as a part-time student also. Now, the basic motivation behind earning while learning is money. So, most of the students, specifically the international students, arrive in Germany with a blocked account, and very soon, or even if not soon, eventually you will run out of your funds. So it is always advised to keep extra pocket money, and if you work, you will also learn to manage money. Then you will also gather experience, relevant experience, and you will get an opportunity to develop your skills while continuing your academics. And this kind of earning will also boost your independence and confidence, and it will also help you to make new social circles. Now, the students are allowed only part-time jobs, and if you are a student, you can work for 120 full days or 240 half days, and no more than 20 hours a week you can work if you are a student. So basically, during the semester, you can work for 20 hours per week, and if it is a semester break, then you can work for 40 hours per week. And the current minimum wage that a student is entitled to is 8.84 euros per hour. And if you earn less than 450 euros per month, then you do not need to pay any tax. Now, here we at the university. So the student assistantship jobs are called HIWI here, and there are lots of benefits and perks if you work at the university. So you will not be bound by the student visa restrictions. Then you will get the flavors of research work that is happening in the university. That is, you will get a proper idea about what fields, about what topics, on what topics the various research groups in the university are working. You will get a deeper understanding of the field, and you can also contact certain research group, work under them, share with them your ideas for master thesis, and get your thesis done under with that research group. And it would also help you to build a network that would be very helpful for your academics. And so there are lots of options in the university. As I said, there are lots of the university has lots of uh, partners. So we have CISPA, we have DFKI, and we have HIPS. So these are all the research organizations where you can apply for research assistantship, and you can also work as a teaching assistant to your favorite lecture, and you will get money, and also for ungraded credit points if you work as a teaching assistant. So the criteria to become a teaching assistant is to get a grade above a certain threshold. And you can also work as a research assistant under a specific professor, and Generally, if you want to work under a professor, it is recommended that you take a course under him, successfully complete that course, and then you can write to the professor an email stating your fields of interest and what you want to do in future. So if he or she has any available opportunity, then maybe you will be the lucky one. So you can work as a research assistant under the professor. You can also get a thesis under the professor or a PhD under him or her. And then you also have other jobs at the library, and you can also work with this. If you work with this, then you need proper German skills. Now, if you work as a research assistant in the university, then you can also get a credit point of 3 to 6, and you can do this by just writing a report of around 2 to 3 pages. And after writing the report, you just need to get the report signed by your supervisor or professor. And then if you submit the same to the exam department, then you will earn the credits. Now, you can also work in the city if you are not working inside the university. And this also has a lot of perks, like you will get to develop language skills. Then there will be a lot of interpersonal development, and you will get to meet new people, and you can make a cool social circle. So there are different types of jobs in Saarbrücken. You will find lots of startups, and if you are specifically interested in learning German, then you can also opt for the bartending and the waiting services. So if you opt for these jobs, then you will learn German faster and better than any of the courses will teach you. Now, if you are working in the city, there are certain important things that you have to keep in mind. That is, you need to apply for a tax number, and before committing or signing the contract, you need to check the employer's business license so as to be sure that it is not a fraud. And then it is always advised to get a written contract in order to avoid any kind of disagreement later on. And the contract will specify the type of work, the compensation that you will be paid, the hours per week, and the holiday entitlement. So everything will be stated explicitly in your contract. And another important point which is recommended is you can record the number of work hours, because if you do not record the work hours and for example you suffer from a confusion that you have been paid less, then you have nothing to do, because you have not recorded your work hours. And here you will be paid according to the hours that you work. So it is always advised for you to keep a track of the number of hours you work. And other important things are you can work for a maximum of 10 hours per day. And if you work for 6 hours, then you are entitled to a mandatory break of 30 minutes. If you work for 9 hours, then you are entitled to a mandatory break for 45 minutes. And Sundays and public holidays are holidays. If you work on a Sunday or any public holiday, then you will be given an extra replacement holiday. And night hours are entitled to higher compensation. And you have to read your contract thoroughly and get to know all the liabilities, the accidental insurances, and the sick leaves. So it is always better to clarify yourself beforehand instead of complaining later. Now, you can also apply for the scholarships, and many people come here with scholarship. Many people get scholarship later on. So there are plenty of options and information regarding the scholarships in our university page. So you can just refer to that for more details. And another important thing is the internships. So internships is actually not compulsory for most of the programs, but I think it is compulsory for media informatics. but in internships are always encouraged because they provide you proper industry experience and they refine your skills. They can also set a career path, a career course for you. You get paid well, and they pay you actually more than any other heavy jobs or any other research assistantship. So if you join a company as an intern, then you can also put forth your thesis idea, and you can do your thesis from that company or that research group, and you can also be offered a full-time job there or a PhD later on. And if you do an internship, just as we stated before, that you can get credits if you work as a research assistant in the university. So you can also get credits for internships. Then finally, another thing that needs to be discussed is the university is very flexible, and it will never stop you from getting a degree. So because it believes that there is no reason for you to not get a degree. So if you are facing any genuine problems, like you are employed or you are with children, or you have to take care of an ailing family member, or you have old parents to look after, or you yourself have some illness and sickness, that and all these problems are actually posing a hindrance to your learning abilities, then you can fill out an application form, and the university has provisions for you so that you can complete your degree, and like you can complete your you can complete your part-time degree. So so it is very beneficial, and the ones who require it can just find information about this.
Okay, so we will wait for 2 minutes. If you have any questions right now, you can post in the YouTube chat or in the Discord channel. There is a question by Suhas. If we have any doubts regarding the work regulations in the future, whom can we contact? So yeah, you can contact Tanya. She's our study coordinator. She would be the right person to answer this question. And also regarding the question by Zobin regarding the semester breaks. So usually the semester, like for the summer semester, the exams ends in July. So August and September is the semester break, and similarly for winter semester, exams are in February, so March is the semester break. But I cannot say this officially. It's not fixed. I'm not right person to comment on this officially. So better you can ask Tanya about the same. Where do you post the internships and heavy jobs? So yesterday in our introductory session, we gave a link to the mailing list uh, where you can see about any information regarding the jobs or heavy, and also you can look into the career sites of individual institute, for example DFKI or MBI. You can get an information about the heavy openings there as well. Okay. Yes, Ahmed, it will be counted in the maximum allowed hours of working. So we have a talk about the research group right now. I think that might clear a bit more about things. So let's look into it, and if we have any doubt after that, we can address the same.
Okay, let me make things up here a bit. Hi, dear students. I'm Mehdi and back again for this part. Where can you research and earn money at the university? As we mentioned earlier, there are well-known and reputable research organizations inside our university. For example, as you can see in the picture, we have CISPA, MPI System, MPI Informatics, DFCI, MCCI, MMCI, ZBI, and other different research groups inside the university itself. All these institutions employ students as part-time research assistants or as teaching assistants, and all of these are depending on projects they have. The university has its own labs and research groups that's employing students for visual computing groups or the Center for Bioinformatics and so on. You can find these research groups and labs by going through their website, and you can also send your CV to them and ask them to join their groups. Do not hesitate to send your CV and don't think that they will reject you as you are the first semester students. Usually, if you have a CV related to their project, they will set an interview for you and then they will decide to have you in their team or not. So just try it. First of all, DFKI, German Research Center for Artificial Intelligence. They are doing amazing stuff in autonomous driving and robotics and AI. If you have a background in AI, machine learning, deep learning, and so on, DFKI will be the best place for you to work and research. You just need to check the DFKI website and go to their through their projects webpage and see what's going on and send email to the project manager to ask for a part-time job. And the next one, yeah, we have two Max Planck institutes, MPI Informatics, which is dedicated to visual computing graphics and a lot of machine learning stuff, and the other one is MPI for software systems, which are related to a lot of system and operating system related stuff. So if you're interested, in any of these fields. This could be your place for research assistants or internship or even master thesis later on. Then we have MMCI, which is really proficient in augmented reality and HCI and interactive learning. They have a lot of courses as well, and they are popular. And the next is CISPA. They have an exhaustive list of researchers. They have a very long list of courses, and they offer, and they always looking for a student to hire for the research. You can apply also for them. You can go to their website and get in touch with what they work on or what you're interested on, and how you can apply for the positions that CISPA provides for students. And the last one is KIST, the Korean Institutes of Science and Technology. They work mostly on environmental science, chemical science, and toxicity assessment and drug delivery. I suggest to bioinformatics students to check their website out. The KIST and ZBA are the best places in university for bioinformatics students. So I suggest you go through their web page and see their project and apply for part-time. So this was the list of research institutes on the campus. You can find more information on their website and find your place in one of these famous institutes during your master's and even after your master's studies. If you have any question, do not hesitate and ask us. We are here to answer you.
So we will wait again for the questions. If you have any, you can post in the chat right now. Now we have Atul who will go through the master thesis program as he's highly experienced in the same. So yeah.
Hello everyone, it's me again. So the next topic is going to be master thesis, which a lot of students have been eagerly waiting for, clearly. So I'll take you through this step by step as much as I can, but also keep in mind that this is going to be your last objective or your last milestone in your master's degree. And by that time you will be smarter and you will know much more about things than you do today. So this information is just as a placeholder. Things may change, things can change, and you will definitely learn more about everything once you reach here. So when you are about to take your master thesis assignments, this may be helpful, but it will be more helpful to learn things as you go along. Anyway, so let's get started. So first of all, to find your way around master thesis, you need to have a solid foundation on the topics that you're interested in and the topics that are prerequisites to your topic, to your problem statement. So you need to pay a lot of attention to core courses and advanced courses and seminars, because seminars usually include the up-to-date research material and up-to-date papers published in the department. And by department, I mean the research group internationally, worldwide, not just the department at the university. So once you are on top of the game of the research that is happening in your field of interest, then you can find yourself capable in contributing to it, and which is that your contribution is going to be your master thesis. So you need to have a good and a solid foundation. Second, you need to be very clear on the topic and the direction you want to take with your master thesis. So you should have a clear research group, a professor, or a direction that you would like to pursue. Third is master seminar. So as soon as you have decided your master thesis, you will be given a brief period of time to prepare for the problem statement and your proposed solution and all the resources that you would require to do the master thesis in the following 6 months. So once you have obtained all the resources, you will be required to present a master seminar to your department, to your professor, to your supervisor, and all the other people who are interested in evaluating your work. This credits for 12, this goes for 12 credit points. It's a brief seminar of about 20 minutes presentation and 10 to 20 minutes of question answering, and there will be a lot of feedback that they would give you on how to pursue, how to improve your approach and things like that. And once you're done with your master seminar, you will register for your thesis. Once you register for your thesis, you will do it on LSF, and once you register for your thesis, you will have 6 months to pursue your thesis. Let's go into this in more detail. So selecting a course of choice, you should always start with a few core courses, because keeping only one direction is not appropriate. It's not very good. If that's your choice, please go ahead. But this is all general opinion that I would like to share. So a few courses will help you build an interdisciplinary or department approach. Then you take many advanced courses building on top of the core courses that you have already learned and understood. This will help you understand the depth of each of the department. For example, you can take you can take machine learning and computer graphics, and then you can take multiple advanced courses in these two directions, like reinforcement learning and image classification and stuff like that. And learn more things which go hand in hand to have a good understanding of the depth of the field. And then you will finish with 1 or 2 seminars. This is because 1 is the minimum and 2 is the maximum gradable seminars that you can take. If you take more than that, they would definitely go into ungraded credits. So you will take a couple of seminars in these topics to keep yourself, to learn more and more about the latest research. And one thing that is very important, you should always keep in mind the group specific requirements that your professor or the department of your choice will publish. Like they would have specific requirements. For example, you should have at least this kind, some X credit point in this course to pursue master thesis with them, or you must have done this course or achieved, etc., 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 some kind of criteria. Research groups. Each research group have their own focus, and all the research group at the university have specific and dedicated things that they like to do. And if you want to be part of the research group, the most important thing they would like to see is your caliber, that you can deliver to the expectations that they have, and your interest aligns with them. If these two are good and they go hand in hand, then you would not have any trouble getting into a research group as an assistant or as a student, or even later as a master thesis student. You can learn more about research groups based on information from the lecturers or from the teaching assistants that you can speak to at the university. So master seminar, as I said earlier, it is a 12 credit point seminar which is presented by you, unlike seminars and pro seminars and block seminars which you attend and participate once in a while. This is your seminar, and it is basically based on the kind of literature survey that you have done for your problem statement, a justification for the problem statement, like why is this problem statement valid, what other research has gone into this, how they have failed, and how can you improve on this. You should show that you have sufficient background knowledge in things that you have learned and things that you want to pursue. And you should read a lot of papers, because that's the only source of that's the only rightful source of information to get started on this topic. So once you have your problem statement, you have already presented the seminar, you will be given 6 months to finish or to start and finish your master thesis. During this time, you will have an advisor, probably 2 advisors from the university, and you should keep a constant interaction with them so that they are aware of your plans, of your progress, and it does not come as a shock if they say, it should not come as a shock to them or to you at any point of time if you guys are out of sync. Like the expectations and deliverables do not match, then it would definitely be trouble for you. It is not a big trouble for the teacher. It's going to be trouble for you because you will have spent some time trying to do something. It is not the right answer. So you're expected to do some more work in a different direction, and you just end up wasting some of your precious time. You should have realistic expectations from the problem statement. Like if your professor says, yes, this is nice, this is doable, and if you add a bunch of more things into it because you're an enthusiastic student, and you're free to do that, but keep your expectations in check. And yeah, maintain communication with your supervisor. Very often students also pursue external thesis with another company or as an internship, where they pursue academic and industrial experience. This is also a valid thing to do, but it has there are certain regulations and restrictions on this. Some professors prefer it this way, and some professors do not prefer it this way because there's supposed to be a constant interaction, and it might not be so flexible or feasible in case of an industry. So yeah, it's all autonomous. It depends on professor to professor. So you make your choice whether you want to work with a teacher, whether you want to work with the industry, and you find the solutions around it, however it works out with you. So ideally, you will have 2 months for the seminar, and after you register, you will have 6 months for the thesis. And you should avoid exploitation. For example, once you have a problem statement fixed and determined, do not uh, do not change this problem statement repeatedly. If there are some deliverables expected from you, do not change these deliverables deliberately or repeatedly over the time. This would obviously come back and bite you at the end, because you would keep changing the objectives. You would keep spending more and more time trying to do this. But yes, you will learn more about this once you join the university. And yeah, that is it for all about master thesis that I wanted to express. And all the best. So if you have more questions, you can ask here. I'm still around to answer these questions, but soon we will move on to the next topic. So what kind of defense is there at the end of the master thesis? You would have a presentation for your whole group, your professor, your supervisor, and other people who are interested from the department would be attending it. They would be watching your presentation, listening very carefully, and dissecting everything that you try to say. And that's basically it. And your grade would definitely depend upon that. How do you register for master's seminar? The examination department has a link, and it has a PDF which you would fill with your topic. You would sign with your supervisor, and you just submit it. As simple as that. No, I'm not clear if the problem defined in a master's seminar should be developed in master thesis. Yes, the problem defined in master seminar and master thesis would be one and the same. Your master seminar is an introduction to your master thesis. So if your problem statement differs, then it's not really an introduction, is it? It is going to be the same problem statement. I do not see any more questions popping up, so we will move on to the next topic. Our last topic is fun things in Saarbrücken. Yeah, Ankit will take over from here.
Thank you, Atul. So yeah, so let's end on a fun note after a long discussion about the thesis and exams and regulations and about. So what are the fun things to do here in Saarbrücken? So yeah, there are a lot of outdoor activities which involve hiking, cycling, or sightseeing, and as well as indoor activities like discos, pubs, restaurants, and sports. And there are a lot of different apps like Saarland Touring app, Komoot, and Visit Saarland.co.uk, where you can see all the places to visit or details about the hike and so. So yeah, going into detail about hike. So in the university, we have a hiking group. You can, if you want to join the groups, and you can let us know. You can message us in any of the platform. And there are a lot of good hiking paths around Saarbrücken. And yeah, in the Komoot app, you can look for the hiking paths and the reviews and recommendations and everything about that. And some of the recommendation paths are like for beginner are in Music and in Beckingen. For the cycling also, we have some groups in the university. We know some groups, and if you want to join them, you can let us know. If you need a bicycle, there is a shop at KWT in the university where you can buy a bike. And also ADFC holds used bicycle sale uh, a month around April to September, where you can again buy the used bicycles. And there are a lot of recommended trails for the cycling tour as well. Yeah, for sightseeing, there are a lot of good locations here near Saarbrücken. Few are like Saarsliffe, Saarpolykorn, and so. And there are a lot of discos, Seven, Soho, Blau, Apartment, Garage, Silo. Um, Mostly there are, it's near to the city center, and night buses are available, so you can just go there and enjoy. And also there are a lot of pubs like Iris pubs, cocktail bars, and for food and drinks, and yeah, you can. And also we organize pub crawl. Unfortunately, because of the corona situation, we cannot do it now. But whenever we are given a green light by the regulations, we will organize the pub crawl. And I hope we can meet you all there and we can have some fun time together. And in Saarbrücken, there are a variety of restaurants for sushi or Italian, Mexican, regional. We have a lot of varieties and a lot of different cuisines. And also we have a lot of good coffee places, good place for ice creams in St. Johann Market, which you can just go and discover. For the sports, we have many gyms in the in Saarbrücken. We also have one in our campus. You can register for the same, but right now it's closed. But whenever it's open, you can go to our sports website and you can register for any of the sports. We also have team sports like basketball, soccer, or even cricket. We have lessons for dancing, jazz and classics and Latin dance and all. So you can register in the website for sports. We have also indoor climbing event in the Durweiler. And yeah, there are a lot of events happening in and around Saarbrücken, some festivals and Nifofjed from the student council. We have Christmas market in nearby cities like Trier and Strasbourg, and also in Saarbrücken. We have exhibitions in Völklinger Hütte. We There are a lot of shows happening in the Stats Theater in Saarbrücken, which are free for students, and even the open mic sessions. And yeah, there are a lot of good places to visit in Germany, a lot of good hikes, mountains and castles to visit, and events like Oktoberfest. So whenever we are allowed to travel, we are allowed to take part in it, definitely. And again, a lot of good destinations and fun thing to do in Europe. There are a lot of beautiful countries which have a good historical background and good places to visit. So yeah. And getting around in the Europe, there are several options like we have Deutsche Bahn, the DB train, which connects very well in and around the Europe. We have Flixbus. We also have budget airlines. One of them is Ryanair, and the tickets are really cheap there. In the offers, we can get tickets for as low as €5 or €10 from Germany to Italy or Germany to Spain or something like that. Then we also have carpooling services like BlaBlaCar, where we can do a carpooling to travel. And we also have public transport apps, different. Yeah. So what to do here is you can consider taking hostels or couch surfing or Airbnb, which often prove to be a very cheap option instead of the hotels. And you should also go through the walking tours where you get the local insight about the things, about the details about a particular buildings or museums and things. You should visit a lot of museums and castles, which usually they offer student discounts, so you can look for that. And yeah, um, the biggest don't will be, don't forget to carry your passport or hence insurance with you, so it should always be there with you. And for the trains, you should always validate your tickets. And I would suggest don't always be a foreigner, and try to learn culture about the local people and try to talk and interpret with locals. And yeah, that's it about fun things to do in and around Saarbrücken. So if you have any questions, um, I think this was the last talk we had in our step. So we are free to take any questions that you have right now. And you can.
Yeah, we'll take questions from all topics now, since
Yeah,
yesterday.
so you can ask any question from any sessions yesterday, sorry. And also today, if you have any doubt, we are here now and you can post it. So for the email of hiking and cycling group, you can connect with us in the Discord channel, and we can take it forward then. So we will be here for like 5 to 10 more minutes. If you have any questions, you can let us know. Meanwhile, you can follow us on social media platforms. The link is in the description. And yeah, I don't think there is any questions right now. Okay. Yeah, there are no further questions. So thank you so much, everyone. We will definitely like to meet you as soon as everything is over and we can go back to the university. And we would like to do a lot of events for you. But like right now, we can only do online events. So yes, thank you everyone for joining, and have a nice studies here. And special thanks to our council team members uh, who has put in a lot of efforts for this event. So yeah, thank you everyone.